Welcome to day 18 of the live stream. Welcome. By the end of this stream, you're going to learn how to use the 5 easiest AI employees, agents, which I'm going to show you. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back for another day of our challenge to build the world's first AI native company. Where we're building an AI platform with AI digital agents and a native company all the way from the ground up. If it's your first time joining us, my name is John, and every single day we're building a real AI business in public. No theory, no hype, just practical systems and processes that you can take away and implement in your own business. Now, I think one of the biggest myths surrounding AI today is that you need dozens of agents, right, to make things possible. Complicated automations, an entire technical team before you can actually see results. But that's not always the case. The reality is much simpler. You don't need 50 AI agents, employees to transform your business. You don't even need 10. You just need a few, say about 5 of them to see transformations. And 5 AI agents that we're going to cover today, we can work together, can completely change the way how you run your business into being almost semi-native, AI native, right? Today's our mission by the end of this stream is to fully understand 5 AI agent employees, which will form the foundation of your AI native business. These aren't just prompts, they're not just chatbots. They are permanent digital employees with clear roles, responsibilities, and workflows that you can work together as a team. So let's take a look. Welcome to the platform, Supreme X AI, right? These agents have responsibilities. Here's a swamp desk. This is many of them, but I'm just going to be going through you with a distinctive 5. If we have people with responsibilities for operations such as marketing, sales, knowledge management, we're simply recreating that same structure, but using AI. And with this the exciting part, shall I say, is that these digital employees can work all around the clock, right? Scale instantly and can handle repetitive tasks so you can focus on decisions that really matter and move you forward in your business. So we're building today during this live stream, you're going to see the behind the scenes of how we tour the five most important IA8s, I would say, to start with. We'll look at how they work, more importantly, how they work together, because AI isn't just about replacing one task, it's about creating an your business. And today we're going to be building that foundation. And here's what you'll see next. First, we'll look at the business playbook, the brain, the company brain, how every business knowledge has, right? Your products, your pricing, your processes, your customer, your brand voice, and how the playbook becomes a single source of truth for every AI agent and employee to work from, ensuring they work consistently, right, to achieve your business goals and objectives. Then we move into mission control, which is the command center, right? So let's get started. Let's get started. Let me just go. And if you're watching live, let me know where you're from, right? Just say it in the chat, and you can tell me one task in your business what is hard for you, what you would like to hand over to an employee. And throughout today's stream, I'm going to show exactly which of these 5 agents you could take ownership of that work. And if you find today's session and stream valuable, don't forget to like the stream, subscribe to our channel, and share it with other business owners who are trying to figure out how to make their company AI native. And if you want more, right, see the link in our description, and we can reach out to see how we can help you grow your business and turn it into an AI native business, right? So let's look at this first agent. This first agent is the business playbook, right? And this business playbook is what understands the key fundamental things about your business, right? The business playbook is everywhere. Where the AI employees learn from your business, and the playbook stores all your company knowledge, right? Everything the AI agent needs to know, from company overview, product and services, pricing, target customers, brand voice, sales process, SOPs, frequently asked questions, competitor information, goals, and KPIs. Without the playbook, every AI agent will have to start from scratch. So the playbook is the key emphasis where AI agents and employees draw the information from for your business. So let's take a look, right? Let me go into my dashboard and let's look at our playbook. So this is an example of our playbook, right? We have the business overview, the core services, the value proposition, the mission of the business, the revenue model, the core offer, right? The core offers, right? The VSL, how the process, the offer one day, here's got a fruit offer. So we just stated the fruit offers, right? Now let's go into the ICP, the pain points, the target audience, the demographics, the psychographics, the goals, the buy-in triggers, objections, anything they need to know, or where the client, where your IPC hangs out. Now let's look on to the sales process, right? This is the method of how you sell your product or services, right? The booking process, the discovery framework, the closing style, the follow-up sequence, right? All this is in the business playbook. Now look at your ads and the hooks, right? Your ads and hooks, what works, headlines, creative formulas, your platform angles, right? Now we look at your objections, right? What key things in your business will people object for your offers or services? Then we look at the SOPs. Then we look at the knowledge bank, right? And then we can upload documents, right? So this is key because all our agents liaise with this central process, right? Which is so key. So this is the business playbook. The business playbook, right? And if I go back here, you see, right? The business playbook is essential, right? Now I'll go on to agent number 2, right? It's like an agent, it's more of a control center, mission control. This is where, right, everything is managed. Your AI agents work together, right? And you can set up missions. Instead of operating 10 applications, everything happens in one place. Mission control shows active projects, today's priorities, AI, employee status, work completed, key business AI agents, right? And notifications, bottlenecks, and recommended tasks, what will happen throughout the week, right? The recommended tasks, what will happen throughout the week. I'm on a live stream. So let's go back in here and see. This is where we have mission control, right? We have mission control. We can set up missions here. I can go here. I can talk with mission control. What missions need to set up? What missions or mission do we need to set up today? Right? And it can tell me. The reason why it can tell me, because it's connected to our business playbook, right? This agent is talking to a business playbook, and some agents, we give them a platform or a dashboard to discuss so we can interact with the agent in live real time, right? So why is analyzing that? I want you to come back. Sometimes it takes 3. Yeah, here. So now it says, look at your current missions, the critical gaps in operation. Now it's telling us, right? So that's one aspect. Now, also, if we go to create a new mission, we can choose, right, what missions that we can chase. So we can do. So if I'm doing like content for paid ads, these are the missions that we're setting up, different agents to work together, right? This is so key, right? So this is mission control. So mission control is where we control things from the control center, right? And set up missions for the agents to work cohesive together. Let's look at the third agent now. The first agent, right, is the chief operating officer, the COO, right? And the role is to manage people or manage AI agents, right? The role is to coordinate the business, right? Prioritize work, assign assignments, track deadlines, identify bottlenecks, monitor KPIs, recommend improvements, and escalate any tasks or issues that need to be done. So this is the role of a chief operating officer. So let me show you this agent and how it looks. Every morning I come to my command center and this is what I look at, right? Let me just get to it right here. I come to chat. I come to a chief. This is the command center where all commands are executed from agents, from team members, to our chief operating officer, right? And chief operating officer, because it has access to our playbook again, it knows and says what it needs to implement, what needs to be done, right? And here you can see, right, tasks that it's recommending. So every morning I come in, it does an allergy analysis of what tasks need to be done, right? And now we've got three different levels: a basic level, a medium level, so four levels: a high risk, a higher level, right? And a superpower level, right? So once we get used to the basic operation of the chief operations officer and operating all those essential tasks in the business, then we can increase its capacity and turn the level up so we can manage or take our business to the next level. These are the tasks that it's recommending, right? So we're speaking also the chief operating officer. We can see here what tasks are being done, right? So let's go to the next agent. The next agent is our content agent. We've got a variety of content agents, right? A content agent, right, is purpose to create content, help you create content, get more visibility, and also repurpose content across platforms. Right, we have a string of agents what we connect together. So what it can produce is YouTube videos, YouTube scripts, LinkedIn posts, LinkedIn captions, X posts, Facebook posts, e-newsletters, articles, and so forth. So the content agent is the fourth agent what I recommend, which is so key and essential. Right, let's take a look at it. Let's take a look. If I go to actually, we've got an array of content agents. I'm just going to go to run. I'm going to go to these agents. We are all in an ecosystem, right, on our platform. Yes. So here, right, we're opening this agent dashboard. This agent is chained, right, with a mission with three or four different agents. So here is where we plan content. Here is where we get ideas, right? Our ideas. So we put our competitors here. We can see our ideas of what outliers we can look for, content that we can look for that's blowing up, right, from each of our competitors. And this is what happens. We can repeat that to be a reoccurring theme, right? All these competitors, we can look and see what's actually happening, right? Then we have a scripts agent, right? This is where we create our scripts. We choose what type of script we want, right? Then we paste the title of the script, we choose the minutes, the talking head, and so forth, and then it generates the script. But let's go to something that we already pre-done. All right. Let me just go here and choose this script, right? So the script format will come up like this. This is our age script writing agent, right? And it writes the script. It gives us variations. It gives us the script in raw form. We can check this content if we want to make any changes. Then we can choose what hook we want. The opening promise, the intro script. We've got options. Also the monetization angles, and then the expansion angles. If we want to expand on this specific content, if it blows up and does well, then we can just choose one of these, generate script, and have a new script with a very short period of time, right? And then we jump to our promo clip. Our promo agent promotes the content on several different platforms. It repurposes it. So let me go to an example has done before. So here we took one piece of content, right, from the video that we've did, and look, here now it's done a YouTube description. It does six additional reels. It does captions. It does DM scripts. Now it's done an article for Medium. It's done an article for LinkedIn, right? It does viral tweets for Twitter, and does an article for Twitter. It does content for Facebook, right? Writes an article. Substack, another platform. Discord, Optimus Clip. This is where we chop it up into 40 different pieces of content, right, to distribute on different platforms. So this is just an example, right, of our content agent, right? Now, finally, our sales agent, right? Our sales agent helps generate revenue, right? Researches companies, like we've got different varieties, but this one can generate inbound or outbound calls, and right. So let's take a look at this. Let's go back to. We have an array of sales agents, but this is a specific one. We can come here. If we run the Facebook lead campaign, we can plug it into the Facebook lead campaign, and automatically, right, after 30 seconds, after the lead has opted in, the agent can generate call the lead, right? So let's just go back, right? So this is the script. This is how we set it up. But let me just go back into our sales dashboard, because this is where we analyze once the call comes in. This is another agent will analyze the call scripts. So if we're generating a campaign and we get 30 leads a day, 100 leads a day, we can literally see qualify the lead here, right, in a dashboard. This sales analytic agent listens to the call and gears the call before our and then before we assign it to our closer, right? It analyzes the call, right, or a setter. So we've got so much more details of what's actually happening with the specific for us in generated sales, right? So there you have it. There you have it. So let me just now go to how they all work together, right? The playbook is key because the playbook is the brain of the business, right? Then our chief operating officer operates from the playbook. Is giving the agents instructions, right? Then we have mission control, where stuff is set up to create routines for agents to operate, missions, goals, etc. Then if we have a content agent what can execute, a sales agent, and then all we do, right, as the business owner, is feed the chief operators of the create a knowledge book, and the agents can go to work, right? So it's that simple, right? If I was starting off from scratch, or if I wanted to make my company AI native, or that's what we're helping clients become more AI native, these are the agents that we will set up to implement them in your business, right? We hope you found that successful, and and we hope that you take a mindset of making your company AI native, because those companies which are AI native are gonna explode in the future, right? The future as in now, right? Things are moving at a rapid alarming rate, and we're moving away from like just using ChatGPT or Cowork or Claude, right? And building AI native companies from the ground up, right? Which completely changes the game in productivity. If I just go into my dashboard and I go to my runs, I'm going to show you some of the tasks that my team were taking, like maybe 7 hours or sometimes a week. Look, it does it in rapid speed, 5 minutes, 1 minute, 35 seconds, 3 minutes, 1 minute. So this is number one, being AI native. Everything communicates together with a playbook. All the agents liaise together, right? And it makes your business be so much more productive and light year ahead of the competitors, right? And make you crush it, right? I hope you found that insightful. And if you want to work with us or join our platform, see the link in the description, so and we can see help you out. But bye for now.